I am making a gorillatag Fangame solely for the purpose of getting Jmancurly to play it. Today is day 10, and I worked on decorating the stump and adjusting the forest map. Remember, if you guys are enjoying the series, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, make sure to join the official Discord server for this game with the link in the description. Once we hit 350 members, I'll be releasing mod forms. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so the first thing I did was I wanted to make the forest map more flat because it had a lot of hills, and someone pointed that out to me and I was like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense to flatten it. So I did that, and I also wanted to make it bigger, so this would just help a lot. So I flattened the outer part of the forest, and I also flattened the island part. So you'll see here. And now what I'm doing is I'm just filling in the gaps because there were some gaps left once I extruded it. So now what I'm doing is I'm just adjusting the materials, as you can see there. And I'm filling in some more gaps from the outer part. Take too long. So it didn't end up working, so I just had to redo the whole lower wall area for the water. As you'll see, I'm just adjusting it the exact same. And now I am going to add materials to that, a rock material, obviously. And boom, there we go. So now what I want to do is I want to make the outer part bigger, like I said, and I do just that. I extrude it, and then I adjust the materials to keep everything the same. And I start adding hills, but not too many hills like last time because I didn't want to mess up again. I want it to be flat because I have a lot of ideas for this forest map. For example, I'm probably going to add soccer to this forest map, like an actual soccer. If you've ever played the water polo and gorilla tag, it's just like that. The ball will actually work, and there will be a scoring system. Yeah, so I'll probably add that. But anyways, as you can see, I'm just sculpting some small hills into the part I extruded out or extended. Make it look all natural, and as you can see, it turned out great. But I did have to redo the walls because I had extruded it out, and the old walls just wouldn't fit. So I'm just doing that, and as you can see, I'm adding materials to the walls. I'm going for a more natural look, so I'm just extruding bumpy faces out from the walls. And now I'm adding the top part, which I'm gonna make the top part grass because someone from my server wanted me to do that. Also, guys, that's a reminder, if you haven't joined the server, the Discord server for this game, link in the description, at 350 members, we'll be releasing mod forms. But we finally got a name for this game, and the official name for this game is Jman's Jungle. We had a voting voting for it. It would have been the Curly Games, Blue Curls, or Jman's Jungle, and obviously, as you can tell, Jman's Jungle won. So it's a pretty good name, and I'll take it. So now what I'm doing is I edited the name manager script to make it where it could host multiple name texts for multiple computers, because I wanted to be able to copy and paste the computers around different maps. And I wasn't able to do that with the original script, but I just edited it using ChatGPT because I'm too lazy to learn how to script. So now, as you can see, I'm just copying the desk setup and moving it into stump and forest. And it looked way too small for stump, so what I did was I just scaled the stump down and the map as well. Trying to get all the scalings perfect for the game. And now what I started doing is I added a rug to the stump. Make it look nicer. More at home, you know? Be more at home. So, yeah. And then I decided to use the same code of conduct board to fill up space in the stump because I ran out of ideas on what to add. Because I'm not creative at all. So I decided to add it just close to the entrance. And yeah, it ended up turning out really great. Oh, what just happened? Yo, what's happening?
Oh, hey guys, know it's been a while since I've drawn on one of the episodes, but I'm back today. If any of y'all were wondering why I have been gone, it's because I didn't feel like doing work because I'm lazy and I don't want to do work. So here I start blending the background together, you know, try to make it look good. I probably should have just gotten an image off of Google at this point because that was a big waste of my time. Anyway, so here I play around with it like I'm doing something, but I'm just making the video longer. Here I choose a brush. If you don't know what a brush is, then you should probably look that up. Here I make some gray squares as buildings, and a gray cylinder, because that's way better. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I'm pretty sure I was sick the day I did this or something. Anyway, so I started making some more buildings and stuff, you know, which you can obviously see if you just look at the screen. Then I decided to do something. Then I decided to stare at my screen for a minute straight and decided, oh my gosh, I'm stuttering. Anyways, here I do more buildings. Here I mess up the canvas and have to undo it. Yeah, so I'll make another building for the 80th time so far in this video. And fill it in, which I definitely needed to comment on. I make 2 more buildings, as you can clearly see by looking at the screen. You should honestly skip at this point, but if you're still here, I feel bad for you. Anyway, so I keep adding buildings for the 100th time I've said this video, because half this video is just me putting buildings in this frame, which are just gray squares made by a 5th grader. So I keep adding buildings, as I said before, and I'm just, you know, doing things to make it look better, but it's not working. Anyway, after I finish adding buildings, I decide to adjust the buildings with different filters to make myself feel better about it. But the funny thing is I end up choosing no filters for the front ones. You wanna know why? Because they all suck. I don't know what I was thinking. In the back one, I found a filter that actually looked better. So yeah, at this point, I'm just using the tools that AI probably made. And then claiming it as my own. So here I'm making the buildings look better by making them fade into the background. Then I keep playing around with it again because I don't know what on earth I'm doing. We've been through this before and it didn't work out. Anyway, so here I'm, you know, rethinking my life choices and switching between 80 different brushes because I'm special. After that, I decide to ruin the buildings even more by adding unnecessary lighting that I end up not even really keeping because I cover it with darkness. The light source is not good, and it makes no sense what I'm doing here, so please watch. As you can clearly see, I'm adding more detail to the buildings, but the detail is really not even detail, it's just scribbling on the building to make it look better. And for some reason, people believe it, that I'm actually making somewhat good art. If you don't think I'm making good art, you're probably right. This is probably a good time to say, if you have any ideas for concept art or things you want the other developer to model, just put them in the comment section. We're always looking for ideas, and we always read them. We read all the comments, so if you want to make a hate comment, please do it towards the other developer, because I'm insecure. Anyway, I decided to go on another building, because the first one took way too long. And I start, you know, adding more bits of detail. By detail, I mean just outlining it for the 50th time, this entire thing. Okay, then the first one is just a cube. I don't know what I was doing. Now I decided to go back. I don't know what I'm doing here. Then I make a 5th grader looking window with a random clock looking thing. And then decide to make the most uneven door frame I possibly could. Then I go in and start adding some black monkeys on top of the buildings to try to make me look like I'm him or something. It works very well, as you can see. I give him swords, which makes 0 sense, because that is not what this game is about, but it's probably fine. Then I make another butt monkey, but this one's even more fat than the last one. This one eats too much. Yeah, I just was too lazy to go back and fix it, so I just left him fat. Now I make a somewhat good-looking one, and then I make one falling down to his death, because who doesn't want to see that on a poster for a game? After I'm finished with that, I make a smiley face and forgot to edit out the CapCut.
Alright, so I have no clue what happened there, but we're back to the Unity project. So, anyways, I set up the name stuff to where I edited the script to make it all fit. And then I copy and pasted the teleporter so you could teleport back to spawn if you didn't want to be enforced anymore, or to shop. Obviously, I had to change the text to say spawn, and then I had to change the script a bit on that. Right now, guys, forest is looking great, the stump's looking great. Next part, I will probably add trees and prop the forest. It's just, I'm trying to fix the movement and all that, so it's just taking me a little bit longer. But I hope you guys can understand, because this game is doing really good, and it's helpful that y'all are supporting the game so much. But anyways, I re-added the water because I changed the map and I had to re-add the water, obviously. And I decided to mess around with the settings. I wanted to make the water a bit darker to go with the theme a bit more. I don't know, I thought it just looked better with the forest map. So I tried fooling around with the rippling and wave effects, but I couldn't really figure it out. Again, this water package is made by Axiom, so shout out to him. And now, it's sad, but I decided to fill up space by adding crates, because I had no other ideas. I know, it's really sad. But anyways, I added the cube to act as my crate, obviously, scaled it to my liking, and I added the crate texture. By the way, crate textures, like, all crate textures go on a cube perfectly. Like, you don't even have to edit the material. It just goes on perfectly, which I really like. But it did make the stump look better. It was just, it was kind of sad because I had no other ideas. And I decided to add some to stump as well. Just a little bit. But it does fill everything up, and that's all I got into today. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. It's crazy that we're already on day 10. Anyways, day 10 already. If you haven't, make sure to join the Discord server with the link in the description. Once again, once we hit 350 members, I'll be releasing mod forms. So we're at around and 290 orders, so you can teleport back to spawn if you didn't want to be enforced. That's all I have today, guys. Obviously, I had to change the text to say